Okay. So, I'm going to give this wheel a bit of a clean before I start. I've been throwing mugs this morning, so I'm going to try and throw a bowl, I think, now. Okay, aim for the centre of the wheel, and then your main focus will be to kind of get a sponge and make sure that there's water poured over the top, and you're going to try and squeeze the clay so that it's securely fixed to the tile. Okay. Like I say, this is a slightly unusual wheel because I'm using a training wheel at the moment, one on which I teach my students on. But basically what you should do is try and centre the clay. You should be able to see at the moment that it's not perfectly central at the moment, it's got a little wobble at it, okay? But you bring the clay up into a tower and then you press down so that it goes out, and that helps get your clay into the right consistency, and again helps to remove any excess air that may possibly still be there. Okay, so if I squeeze it, and bring the clay up into a ball, yeah, you can see it's got a tower, and then you keep your hands nice and still. Press it down and you've got a nice little hill, and it's roughly centered. Okay, pottery is essentially, for me, throwing is about confidence and getting the big mound of clay centered right at the very start is the key. If you can manage that, everything else flows naturally from it. So it's that when you're on the wheel, try to relax. Sometimes it helps to take a deep breath. Just get yourself into the right mood, play a little pleasant music, and above all, enjoy yourself. It's a fun activity, it's relaxing. That's what you need to get out of this. Most people say that there's a therapeutic effect of pottery. I think it's very much in your heart and in your hands. It's a feeling-based thing. Get relaxed and somehow you'll communicate it to the clay. That said, this first part of pottery practice is about focus, and there's a certain tension in keeping your hands absolutely rock steady. Try to learn to relax with that. Got a bit of moisture on it. Clay, as you can see, is nicely centered. Open it up by sinking your thumbs into the center, and if you can keep them as still as possible, you know you're there. Stroke the clay. Enjoy its texture. Sometimes you can slow it down when you're feeling comfortable, and then you've got to try and decide what you want to do with it. I often talk about a little bird technique. I imagine that that is like a beak, and you can squeeze the clay at the bottom of the pot and gently stroke the inside of the clay. This supports it, and if you like, you can just begin to lift the clay between the two. Now from this position you can take it into a vase or you can take it into a bowl. It just depends on what you feel you want to do with it. I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher using exactly the same technique. So we're getting into a vase shape. You can take it in by squeezing it at the throat. And because it was well centered at the beginning, it's relatively easy to keep it centered now. I think what we'll do is we'll open it out into a large bowl. Again, keep it moist, stroke the inside of the pot, and have in your mind's eye where you'd like to go with it. And just gently pull on the wall. If you pull on the wall, the clay will follow. See? We're beginning to open it out into a bowl. Okay. I'm going to open it out a little wee bit further.